Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hi,
Hello there.
how are you?
How are you hearing me?
Yeah, good.
Great. Yeah, we'll start in a second. Just wanted to check everything is okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, it seems to be a good signal anyway. So,
good.
I just want to get a few of the essentials. Aine Mangan, is there I was just going to say from Into Kildare, was there a role or a title or?
A dog's body. Um,
Yeah,
I'm the CEO. Yeah, the CEO.
CEO. I'll just say from Into Kildare, it'd be okay, wouldn't it?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely,
cool.
absolutely. It doesn't make any difference to me.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn off my
Fine.
phone now.
Grand.
So Anya, the whole vibe here is that we're going to promote Into Kildare. Where I'm not, I might just ask you like where you grew up or something like
Yeah,
general stuff like that, and then
yeah,
we'll get into kind of just various. So I've been looking at the website and stuff. So just talking about what the purpose of Into Kildare is and various attractions and a little bit about what we're all going through at the moment with the COVID thing, but not too much.
yeah.
Okay.
Grand. Yeah. Want to see where my members listed. Do I have one here? Just see. Yeah. Oh, Grant. Anyway, I think I know most of them. Doesn't matter. Yeah, Grant. I just wing it.
Okay, so what I do usually is I'll actually be introducing it separately to this chat. So
Yeah.
I'll do the introduction. So how it's going to start is like, Anya, welcome to Kildare Speaks. That's how it'll start. Yeah.
Grand.
Okay, you ready to
Yeah,
go?
absolutely.
So Anya, how are you today?
Hi, Owen. I'm great, thank you.
You're very welcome to my podcast, Kildare Speaks.
Super. Thanks
Um,
for having us on.
what part of the county are you in?
Currently, I'm just home, so I'm in Newbridge. But
Lovely,
yeah, I work. My office is based in Naas, and then I'm originally from Rathangan, so Aine Mangan from Rathangan.
lovely stuff. It rhymes.
Yes,
You must have done. You must have been really popular in school.
I was more when I lived abroad, actually.
Okay.
But yeah, trying to explain to people where you're from. But yeah, it's great to be back in Kildare.
So you were abroad for a while before you settled back?
Yeah, I did hotel management, and then at the time there was no work when we left college, so we all headed over to London, and I worked with a gentleman called Paul Carthy. He was the manager of Guinness Storehouse. He brought us over to open a few hotels, and then brought me to the Middle East. And yeah, I was there for a number of years, so about 16 years away, and then came back
Right.
to
So
open
Kildare, was
Carthy
was
House.
um the Guinness Storehouse kind of only setting up then, or I didn't?
No, he came back to manage that. He worked
Okay.
for a number of years, but I came back to open Carton House in
Yeah.
2006 with the Ryder Cup. So yeah, so it's been great, and I've been working with Kildare Fáilte for I think just over 3 years now. So it's time
Okay.
is flying.
So Kildare Fáilte then, I'm going to try and get the family tree together. Kildare Fáilte then would have been part of the evolution that became Into Kildare. Is that right?
That's correct. Yeah, actually Kildare Fáilte was founded I think 27 or 28 years ago by a group of volunteers to try and bring tourism to Kildare and yeah, have some business from it. So it's been on the go for a number of years with many volunteers giving their time to
Yeah.
promote the county. And then more recently, they had employed somebody. So it's a tourism arm for the county council who support us. And then we have members also who pay a membership fee to support tourism in the county.
So it's kind of like a collective hub then Into Kildare. I'm just looking at the website. It kind of has that community feel as well as a kind of like a tourism looking website. It's also kind of like where Kildare businesses and Kildare attractions can kind of liaise with each other. Is that fair to say? Or
Yeah, it's all about collaboration, to be honest with you. And I suppose over the COVID time, it's come to the forefront to show
Hmm.
how resilient the tourism industry is in Kildare and how people are helping each other and supporting each other. So it's a number of stakeholders. Obviously, from a funding perspective, Kildare County Council, and we promote tourism to the county. So community is important. Community is tourism, in my opinion. But
Yeah.
yeah, so tourism plays a major part in the economy. There's over 600 enterprises involved in accommodation, food and beverage. So it employs almost 7,000 people. So
And do you
it's
think
big.
Sorry, do you think that just for the listeners' knowledge, this is a Zoom conversation? You probably don't. We're doing pretty well, but there might be a little bit of interrupting each other by accident as we go along. We should be fine. So, do you think that Kildare was kind of neglected a little bit when it came to tourism, as opposed to maybe the West Coast or maybe Dublin or big cities?
Everybody has their own opinion on that. I mean, obviously, I'd love to do more coming back to the county where I'm from and promoting it. And after working in tourism around the world for many years, you want to do as much as you can. But obviously, I was on my own for some time. Now we are building a team and obviously link in with the different stakeholders around the county. But it always is a case of funding and trying to keep our voice out there. In comparison to other counties that perhaps may have more resources. But
Yeah.
I think we do well with what we have. And
yeah, I definitely think there's a vast improvement in recent years as regards putting Kildare on the map, and I think that's what Into Kildare seems to be doing, which is great. I was just wondering maybe whether it was maybe like the second cousin of a lot of places in years gone by, especially, it's very hard to compete with certain
Kerry
places,
and
Kerry and Killarney
yeah.
and all this stuff.
Yeah.
But do you find in the last few years that international tourists are dropping into Kildare? Or?
Not as many, being honest with you, not as many
Mm.
as people probably go on about, but certainly they're key to the county, and we are on Dublin's doorstep, which for once has given us an advantage during this time. But it's a key factor. We're looking at business tourism coming into Ireland, and we were working with Dublin Convention Bureau on that as well. So we're exploring all avenues. I mean, local tourism now, which is one of the things I started in, was being a tourist in my own county and trying to encourage that. And that's very important during these times now. So it's local for locals. And then we're looking at different counties nationally. And it won't be really till the end of next year before, in my opinion anyway, that tour. I mean, we don't know what's going to happen. So I suppose that's what we're predicting anyway.
Yeah, so I suppose we might as well mention the elephant in the room, the whole COVID business that's been going on since the start of the tourists. I was working in Dublin as a tour guide just at the very maybe start of February, and then suddenly when we were planning all this the coming season, it all fell apart. But you have obviously witnessed it firsthand as regards how people coped within the tourism industry and within businesses as well. But do you think that because Kildare maybe had a lot of people coming from other parts of Ireland to visit it, that we had a little bit of an advantage there?
I mean, I think the key thing for me about Kildare is the people in Kildare. And I suppose we're very welcoming to everybody coming into the county, no matter who you are. So I think it really came through with, particularly I noticed in the tourism network, which was the hardest hit really, how people have worked together, helped each other. We hosted a lot of support mechanisms, I suppose. We're just facilitators really, but we had some guest speakers like Owen Corey, who's from Kildare, and he's on the National Tourism Recovery Task Force. And then we had David McWilliams just recently talking about small businesses and what's needed. So it was great to see.
That was run by Into Kildare, was it? Something that you did yourselves? Yeah.
We've been doing quite a lot, but I mean, you can never do enough. But it's just, I found it hard for people that have worked very hard all their lives.
Yeah.
So, they have to completely change, but people have embraced it, and I suppose IT has been key, and the local enterprise board has been fantastic in supporting businesses to get up and running through grants, and then obviously the government interventions as well have really helped. So people are positive; they're putting a positive face on, but I'm sure it's not easy.
Yes, yeah. So maybe let's look at each side of the COVID period. Let's look at the past. And I met you through the Rose of Tralee, where it was a great event where we brought the roses around the county. How did that come about?
Well, that was there before I arrived actually, and really, I took it on board to try and, I suppose, share the love around the county and explore places that haven't been highlighted as much, as other typical attractions. So, we end up in Moon, we ended up in Tim, all around the county, and at Thai quite a bit as well, and just showcasing really the local community and the welcome the roses received. I mean, that was the biggest feedback from it all.
like, you know, that's true, where you bring people to a certain location or a certain attraction, but it's who they meet on the way to that attraction or who they meet when they're there that really makes the day for them, isn't it?
Yeah, it's mixing with the locals, but people really pulled out everything, and obviously Kildare County Council were very supportive in helping support community groups, and there was festivals put on, and
Mm.
yeah, it was amazing. It was really touching, and that really for me was uh, makes your job really valuable, in that you see the real tourism part of it. So the roses, obviously there was no Kildare Rose this year as such on so we were taking a break from it this year, but obviously with the way everything turned out, it wouldn't have
Yeah.
happened anyway. But
You're
yeah, it's
all,
good
you mentioned as well, Anya, that you're kind of introducing people to, and people certainly could be from Kildare and not know that these places exist. And I looked at the website. You had 5 gems that you won't find on a guidebook, I think it's called, or something. And places like Killen Thomas Woods, is that the right name for it?
Yeah, I'm not biased there. That's out near Rathangan, so.
No, you're messing.
But
Yeah,
I mean, you should see it with the wild garlic and the
yeah.
bluebell. I mean, you couldn't
But
get nice.
that's fantastic for families when they're looking for something to do within Kildare or even Dublin or wherever, and they want
And we have a zoo in Kildare as well. So Kildare Farm Foods is
That's
a
right. Yeah, I've been noticing that. So tell me about that. Where?
yeah. I mean, and they don't charge, to be honest with you, to go in either. So
Right.
there's lots of great attractions, and to be honest, I'm still getting around them all myself. And I suppose
Yeah.
that's what I tend to do, and try. But it's all about engagement. People have to give you the information as well. So
Yeah.
it's been great getting to know